The Utah Mammoth showed off a lot of physicality in a big win over the St. Louis Blues, but the next game, an overtime loss against the Columbus Blue Jackets, it was nowhere to be found. What happened? Where did it go? And what does Jack McBain need to do to get his head in the game? Because clearly that matters. It's all coming up on this episode of SLC Puck. So cue the music. Here we go. What's up, everybody? And welcome to SLC Puck. I'm your host, Austin Facer, and that was an unusually chipper start to the show tonight, considering we are just like an hour removed from an overtime loss to the Columbus Blue Jackets. By we, I mean the Utah Mammoth. We consider ourselves. Yeah, we were there. We were part of the losing effort, I guess. Yeah, we should lump ourselves in. I'm your host.
Guess you should have cheered louder. I don't know.
I guess I should have cheered louder. Yeah. Hey, I'm your host, Austin Facer. I'm joined, as I am every Sunday, by my lovely, talented sister, Samantha. It's a Sam Cam Sunday, which is now just transformed into just one camera.
Yes.
Because we've moved the studio around and put things in different places, and now it's like I'm the host of a talk show.
Yes.
And you're my guest.
Awesome.
Awesome. So this is where we do a lot of fun panel and bits.
I think in the future you need like a fun game. You know how sometimes they do, like a fun little...
Yeah. Then we can really Jimmy Fallon this thing out.
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll get to that maybe maybe for next season.
Okay.
We'll get a whole crew in here.
It'll be an off season.
Yeah, it'll be an off season thing. I do think we'll have big things for year 3 of SLC Puck, but we're in year 2 of SLC Puck.
Yeah.
Your twice a week podcast covering hockey in the state of Utah, primarily the Utah Mammoth. So we're going to talk a lot about the Mammoth's last 2 games, the one before the last one, which was, let me just look at my schedule, which was last Friday, a victory over the St. Louis Blues. A lot of good things in that one.
Yes.
A lot of things I really liked.
That was a fun game.
Very fun game. It started with a bang, and then
with a Bain.
A very good. See, good. This is why you're on, Sam. We appreciate that. We'll talk about that, and then we'll talk about what went wrong against Columbus.
Yes.
And then we're going to look ahead a little bit to Toronto, and then from there we'll just I don't know. We're just going to have fun.
Talk about other fun things coming up this month.
Yes, there are a lot of other fun things coming up this month. I mean, it's going to be a great show. If you're tuning in now, just subscribe now. You're gonna love this stuff.
Yeah.
This is gonna change your life from here on out. And you're gonna ask yourself, how is this made possible? How can these two create such an impeccably produced show? Well, it's with a lot of love and a lot of support. We want to thank our supporters, the good folks at Craig Swap. Craig Swap, one call, that's all. Swap wins. Serious injury and accident lawyers, the official injury law partner of the Utah Mammoth and SLC Puck.
Yes.
So we appreciate Craig Swap. We'll play an ad for them in just a little bit. We also want to give some love to our good chums, our good pals over at Payne Anthony Creative Jewelers, Jonathan's Jewelry. They've been great supporters of the show and ourselves too.
Yeah.
BigTuskEnergy.com. That's our brand. And we're taking this thing to the next level. The hats are being made right now in China.
Yes.
And
exciting.
They're looking really good. I'm really excited about that. I don't know if I was supposed to reveal where in the world they're being made, but that's where they are. So there you go. Now people know. Sam.
Yes.
What the heck happened tonight? Actually, you know what? We'll get into tonight in a little bit. Like let's start with the fun stuff real quick.
Yeah.
The St. Louis game on Friday. What the heck happened in that one? Watch out, the Bain Train's on its way, pulling into the station.
It was awesome. And you knew it was coming. Like, it was very strategic,
There was a tension in the building.
I remember thinking, too, when they announced the starting lineup, I was like, oh, this is kind of different, you know? McBain's line starting, just kind of... And 2 seconds in, they just... Whoop, off the faceoff. Oh, you've got it.
Yep, I got it pulled up. Yeah, so obviously, Toropchenko, he's the guy who... had a knee-on-knee collision with Logan Cooley the last time these two teams met. Logan Cooley came back from that injury a couple games later, only to get injured again against Vancouver. I think the Vancouver game, he was pushed into the goalpost by Quinn Hughes. So we'll see if they make Quinn Hughes answer for that next time. But they were playing Vancouver. So next time they play Minnesota. That's where that kind of complicates things because now Quinn Hughes plays for Minnesota. He's been traded since that game. Interesting. But anyway, let's relive the moment, Sam, and then I'll get into my own experience about this moment, which was, I guess, somewhat humorous. But we'll play it right here. Our good friend Michael Wolfley, NHL Utah, had this posted on his Twitter.
So we're ready to go.
Right off the jump. Here they go.
It's going to be Toropchenko and McBain.
Toropchenko, McBain.
I love when they do the ding, ding, ding.
Yep, it's on. Couple of good rights, good cross. McBain comes power. Oh, he's off balance. I don't know if you saw right there. He delivers a couple right to the top of the dome while his helmet's still on. McBain does.
Yep.
Good for Toropchenko. He stayed on his feet for the most part, but I think he got to
went down and back up, and then
Boehner definitely won that one. So hats off for getting the gloves off to Jack McBain. Great moment there. You got to love it. And, I think here's what was cool about that was afterwards, media asked McBain, his thoughts on the fight. And he's like, I'm just glad he answered the bell, gave me a chance to stand up for Cools. And that's just hockey culture, right? That's respect. That's love. That's violent gentleman. That you see me, I'm wearing a violent gentleman hoodie right now. That's the concept, right? But it was such a great way to start the game. I got tickets late to the game.
Yes.
And
so
I
missed
arrived.
It.
I did miss this. Yeah. I was looking for tickets and I only secured them just a few minutes before. And so I was racing over in my car and I missed this moment. I was really, really bummed out. This was obviously the moment of the game. It got things started. And then you could kind of just see from the time I arrived, I'm like, something happened here where Utah's off to a good start. There's some good juju in the building.
Oh yeah.
I think you saw it all game long against St. Louis. I think they played really physical. I think they played with a lot of intention, a lot of
drives toward the net.
Towards the net. And it was the same thing we saw in their win against the Rangers, earlier this week as well. They were going to the net with a little bit of reckless abandonment. They were like, yeah, you're gonna hate it, but we're coming at the net. And obviously, I think the score sheet reflected that as well. Utah gets the 4-2 win over St. Louis. Big win. That's a divisional win. Yep. Those matchups matter twice as much as any others, right? Especially considering Utah needs to really jostle with teams like St. Louis for a wild card position. So as good as I felt about the St. Louis game, it's kind of what makes this game against Columbus, it
just felt very different.
It is different. Yeah, it was a big drop off. It kind of went the other way, and I think it's great. Utah saves a point, right? Yeah. But I feel like this is 2 points that they left on the table, and
I feel like it should have been an easy 2 points.
I think if we had seen them play more of the game that we had seen them play against the Rangers, a little bit against Ottawa, and certainly against St. Louis, this result should have been completely different. But tonight, for whatever reason, we're doing the episode on Sunday, January 11th. It's about 8:00 right now. Just for whatever reason, the physical presence just wasn't there for Utah. I think you can kind of see the difference here in these two game reports here on Money Puck. I think they show a really telling kind of thing here. First, I'll put up the Columbus game, and then I'm going to put up the St. Louis game. Let's look at the St. Louis game first. So you can see here, there's a couple interesting things. The deservometer is basically it was a coin flip according to their simulations. Yeah. Utah, however, wins this coin flip. I think this is what I want you to pay attention to, Sam. These are the scoring chances here. I think you see a lot of good stuff from Utah inside the house there. Certainly right on the doorstep of the goal, right at the mouth. St. Louis got their chances as well, but Veggie had a terrific game. We can just see. Let's just scroll down to Veggie's stats here in this one against St. Louis. Goals saved above expected, almost a goal and a half. So St. Louis should have scored over 3. They only scored 2. So great game by Veggie.
And that was his 20th win, right?
I think so. Yeah, leading the NHL in wins. Yep. And then you look at this game against Columbus, And again, here's what's interesting here. You look at the deserved to win-o-meter, heavily favors Columbus. And then the scoring chances. I mean, do you see the big difference there, right? I mean, Columbus just dominated, the front of the net in Utah's defensive zone. I believe that's where they got 2 of their goals. Yeah, right there on the doorstep, including the game winner by Dmitry Voronikov. I hope I probably said that wrong, but that looks right. Voronikov, yeah. A tip. Utah got burned on a couple things, right? The penalty called on Daniil Boot with about 24 seconds to go.
A rough one. He's just got long legs.
He's got long legs. He has
It just got in the way.
Get shorter legs. I get. What else is he supposed to do? He's supposed to shrink, right? He gets a tripping penalty. 24 seconds to go. Columbus starts on the power play in overtime, 4-on-3, and then they just they find an opening in Utah's penalty kill and find the back of the net to take the game. But you just look at this, like expected goals. Columbus just dominated this game. I think a lot of that has to do with just how much more physical they were than Utah. In this one.
They were knocking them around. Dylan Gunther, Barrett Hayton were both on the ground quite a bit.
Yeah. I mean, would you believe that one of those teams had played the night before and gotten their butts kicked, and the other, if I were to tell you one of those teams had played the night before, gotten their butts kicked, and one of them had the night off in their warm, cozy beds, which team would you have thought was which?
Yeah, I didn't even realize that the Blue Jackets had played last night.
They got their butts kicked by Colorado the night before. They lost 4-0 to Colorado, which, I heard Tyson Nash tell me this. He's like, he always thought the way people felt about back-to-backs was kind of overblown. This is case in point for his argument. It was a disappointing outing for Columbus. A team that's near the bottom of the standings in the East, which is very competitive this year, but I don't know. It's just hard. It's hard to see them take those 2 steps forward, Utah, and then take a step back all the time. Yeah, and then who knows what we're gonna see when they play Toronto on Tuesday.
They're gonna be at home some more. Yeah, so hopefully that helps. It was pretty packed tonight at Delta Center too.
Good crowd. Yeah. I like the time of those games. I like the 5 o'clock game on a Sunday because
don't enjoy it too much because Tuesday is an 8 o'clocker. So
is that right?
Yeah.
Well, at least we're not recording a podcast after that like we have been on Wednesday nights. But I think it's just kind of you can just tell the difference between this game and the last are just they're pretty obvious if you watched either of the 2 games. Utah won the game that they were more physical in.
Hurt in a car wreck, dog bite, slip and fall. Just call Quick Swap. One call, that's all.
After a car wreck, dealing with big insurance companies on your own can hurt your case. One call, that's all means we take care of everything. From dealing with insurance companies to helping you find doctors and repair shops, we're here to guide you from start to finish. Call Craig Swap & Associates today at 801-444-4444.
One call, that's all.
Yeah.
I think that's just plain and simple. And, I think it kind of for me, raises some questions. And when is this show going to get funny, by the way? I know people listen. I know,
you do have it on the notes to talk about McBain's goal.
Yes.
And you did write funny next to it.
It was, you know what? Hey, let's cheer ourselves up really quick. Because I'm you know what? No one's going to listen to this melancholy kind of sky is falling episode. But it's the frickin' Mammoth always making us record episodes after they lose.
Yeah.
Let's break this up with some brevity, Sam. We can see here. Here's Jack McBain. Didn't get in a fight this game, but found the back of the net in a fun way. Here, let me pipe the sound up for you.
He's right in front of the net.
Right in front of the net. That's Clayton Keller right there, flinging it.
And it goes in.
And you can see this.
I love his face too. He's like, I didn't mean for that.
Okay.
He totally
Puck hits Jack McBain in the shoulder, on the back, shot by Clayton Keller. I remember saying this as Keller shot it, I was like, that was a horrible shot. I can't believe how lucky they got, because he missed the net by like 1.5 feet. Hit Jack McBain in the back. Finds the net though, bounces down and enters the net. But it's just one of those things. Like, just put the puck towards, even in the general direction of the net.
And
it
might bounce off of somebody.
It might bounce off of Jack McBain's head and into the net. So there you go. That's our brevity, Sam. Thank God. I know people come to us looking for whimsy.
Hey, Sergeyev's goal was nice too.
Sergey had a nice one too.
He just makes it look so easy.
He does have just that effortless wrist shot. Yeah, that is like right that also has eyes on it. I it's funny. Someone commented on this post by the Mammoth, like, way to use your head, Bainer. Maybe perhaps he did use his head. I couldn't tell where it hit him. I thought maybe it hit him like the shoulder blade, but it very well could have hit his noggin. So he's got a thick skull. We love that about me. He got he took some fists to the face the game before, and then takes a puck to the dome and just get your head in the game. Yes. That's the moral lesson. Like, if any, they all need to get their head in the game. None more so than Jack McBain. And we're not saying it in the figurative sense. We're saying it in the very literal sense. Jack McBain needs to get his head in the game. When he's got his head in the game, things go well for the Utah Mammoth. There we go. We found some brevity there. Oh, hold on. Oh, we lost our visual. Sorry, we're back. But yeah, gosh, it was such a bummer again. You see Utah take, like we said, like, they find a winning formula and then they just can't seem to hold on to it. Yeah. You know what I mean? They're as bad as holding on to formulas as like Plankton is in SpongeBob when he's trying to get the Krabby Patty secret formula. It's just out of their grasp, it seems all the time. See, we're trying to find more brevity here. It just, I think it's a game like tonight that just really shows like the shortcomings of Utah's roster too. And like the things that we've been talking about, the things that they're lacking. They just got pushed around. There was this sequence, especially in the third period. I remember seeing this very clearly. Matthew Olivier like boards the hell out of Dylan Guenther and then pushes him to the ground as he's trying to get up. And then Ian Cole skating by and he kind of like gives Olivier a little bit of the business. But Olivier just swings his stick back at him. Yeah. And that's it. Like I'm like, Guenther's rattled. Like, nobody's like standing up for him the way that they should. Guenther's the star of the team right now. People need to realize that. If anybody touches your star like that, you need to be a Jack McBain and like pop that guy in the face as hard as you can. But Jack McBain just did that last game. Like, he can't be expected to do that every game. Yeah, for sure. So this is like my argument. We were talking a little bit about this before we started. I'm like, this was like a game where they could have used Liam O'Brien. Yeah. When you think about it from that perspective, I could see that. Yeah, it's so hard because that fourth line, they have so many people that they've kind of been rotating in and out. Kyler Yamamoto, even Brandon Tanev's kind of been in that rotation. Liam O'Brien, like. And O'Brien fought last game too, right? You can't ask him to fight 2 games in a row. I thought Tanev fought. Did I say? I did say Tanev. Oh, I thought you said O'Brien. Tanev. Yeah, excuse me. Tanev fought last game, so you can't expect him to fight. Yes. I'm glad you brought up Kyler Yamamoto because I thought he was really physical in this one too. Yeah. But he's very undersized against a guy like Matthew Olivier, who's like 6'4", 230 pounds. He'll get killed. Literally. Yeah. They just need Veggie to start throwing punches, I guess. Have him come off the bench, and throw some fists, right? By the way, Vitek Vanacek played a really good game, I thought. The first goal kind of a little, it happened quick. I think it was on their second shot of the game. From then, though, he played a really excellent game. It would be kind of interesting to look at his first goals that he lets in of games because I feel like a lot of them are pretty quick off. Yeah, maybe that's an analysis we'll have to do. But yeah, it does feel like once he gets going though, like through the second, he seems like he's very good. Then into the third, and then unfortunately Utah was just shorthanded in overtime. Otherwise, I think things might have been different. But again, it's like this is where they really need the big bodies, like the people who were raised in captivity, like the people. Like there's this great scene in The Water Boy. Yes. Where they're looking at replays of Bobby Boucher like sacking the quarterback, and Brent Musburger's like Brent Musburger's like, look at all the pain in his eyes, the hurt, the anger. Utah needs a guy who has pain in it, like who is like the Water Boy.
Yes,
you get him agitated, and he just like he's out for blood. He's trying to take people's heads off. They didn't have that guy. Was not on the bench for Utah tonight. So I don't know. I think again, it just raises like some questions. Like, is this team good? I think so. I'm kind of more inclined to say yes, they are good. Yeah. Are they great? No, not yet.
Yeah, they've lots of young players on their team, lots of small players on their team. You know.
Yeah, and they need a dude. That's what they need. They need a dude who can get in there, protect the young guns like Dylan Gunther, stand up physically, and be a threat on offense. Because the reason why they have to put Liam O'Brien in and out of the lineup is because they know he's not a threat to score most nights. You know, it's clear what they need, and preferably that person should play center. Because we're the other person we talked about who got pushed around big time tonight was the guy who centered Dylan Gunther's line, Barrett Hayton. Yeah,
he got shoved around a lot.
And he did the best he could. I saw him, give Boone Jenner a little bit of the business out there.
Yeah, he was shoving back a little bit, but
he's undersized. That's just like the big
he did
problem.
Definitely look like he was the little kid who just gets shoved to the ground.
He's not standing up to Matthew Olivier, and he's not standing up to Boone Jenner regularly. He doesn't scare either of those guys.
Yeah,
they just I don't get the feeling teams are very scared to play Utah, and they don't feel intimidated physically. And I think a team like Columbus, where their strength is their physicality, and maybe the legs are a little tired after a game against Colorado. They're like, well. We can't outskate Utah.
We'll just shove them around.
We'll just push them around. And I thought Utah was outskating them big time.
Yeah.
Like they were getting good ozone time. They were passing around the perimeter really well, but they just...
Yeah, they were having trouble getting in.
They couldn't get in the house. Yeah, Columbus was just too big. They're too big for them. And that just makes me nervous, Sam. It makes me nervous when they play big guys like Austin Matthews and the Matthew Nyes of the world. And Willie Nylander is a big guy too. Toronto, that's a tough one, And I mean, we talked about the importance of racking up points in games like these, right? Our point tracker, we figured Utah needed to try to stay above 500, get 15 points in 15 games in January. So far, we're at 8 through 6 games.
That's pretty good.
So they're ahead of pace, right? Yeah. I would feel a lot better if they were at 9 in 6 games, obviously.
They do have a couple of hard games coming up. Dallas twice, right?
Yep. So Toronto on Tuesday, Dallas on Thursday, Seattle on Saturday. That's going to be a very, very tough one. They have a few days off, then they play Philly on the 21st. I think that's a tougher matchup again for them than people might think. And then the 24th, which by the way is the SLC Puck VIP watch party bowling event at the Megaplex. And we'll talk more about that in just a second, Sam. Let's go to the standings really quick, and I'll pull that up. Just while I'm looking that up, have you seen anything fun on social media? I know you're social girly.
Oh, I've just been... I gave Mom all the style tips from Mikhail Sergachev.
You gave our mom... Our mom is going to
I read every
dress
single
like
one.
Mikhail Sergachev.
No, but I read every single one to her. I was like...
Yeah.
It wasn't like, here, read this. It was, I'm going to read this to you, and just think...
Nothing, I think, would affect me more viscerally than to walk in this house one day.
I think we all should get a Mikhail Sergachev outfit.
Our mother...
Baggy pants, a fun, tighter jacket up top.
I've said for years
a hat, a bag,
that mom needs
sunglasses.
to break out of the Davis County woman look a little bit and find like just something a
be-
little more groundbreaking.
She's gonna rip you apart for that
sure.
comment.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what comes in here. Let's pull up the standings here, Sam. I got them now. Let's look at them. So
the standings are so like they are almost changing by the minute. Like who's in that wild card spot? Like it's so crazy.
I mean, look at what's fascinating here. Like Columbus, last place in the Eastern Conference. Isn't that amazing at 45 points? Guess who else has? Is that 45 for Utah?
48.
Okay, so Utah is just barely above the Utah. I mean, the worst teams in hockey are all in the Western Conference. The best teams in hockey are also in the Western Conference, right? That's kind of just the interesting
look at the Avalanche,
breakdown.
73.
They're a freaking wagon. They're unreal.
So what did we figure? You need 94 to
Yeah, we said that last year. It might be different this year, just kind of depending. I've seen some people say it could be as low as 84 in the Western Conference this year. It just depends on what happens in this wild card race, right? But right now Utah's on the outside looking in. They're going to be a bubble team the rest of the way, and so this is why these points are so critical. And losing one against Columbus, that might bite them in the butt later on. Seattle, Los Angeles right now, they're in those wild card spots. So like I said, that game on Saturday against Seattle becomes a very, very important one. Let's scroll up just a little bit, see where Toronto is. See, Toronto's a bubble team now. They're playing with a little bit of desperation. They're the second team out of the wild card spot in the Eastern Conference. You think things are going to go well for those guys if they miss the playoffs? No, they're going to be quartered in the middle of the city. You know what quartered is, where they pull your arms and legs and just rip you into four pieces. They're going to do that to those guys. They don't want they don't want that to be done to them. What's up, guys? I've got a really exciting announcement. I'm going to interrupt the show for just a minute to let you know that we are back in biz. We are giving away a $250 gift card for every episode of SLC Puck, thanks to our good friends at Payne Anthony Creative Jewelers and Jonathan's Jewelry. These guys are awesome. They've got some of the best stuff in the world. Some of the most incredible antique jewelry, engagement rings, stuff to get you out of trouble too, stuff to just show someone that you care and you love them. You can find it all at Payne Anthony Creative Jewelers or Jonathan's Jewelry. They're upgrading their spots. They're upgrading their inventory all the time. So much great stuff. They hit up estate sales. They find all the incredible jewelry that person that you love is really going to enjoy. So make sure you get over there, enter this giveaway. It's the easiest giveaway you'll ever enter. Just scan this QR code right over here. You'll be prompted to send a text message. Hit send on that sucker, and you're entered, and we'll let you know if you're a winner of a $250 gift card. And even if you don't win, you can still benefit from this incredible partnership. Just head into either one of those locations. Payne Anthony Creative Jewelers is at Charlie Square. Jonathan's Jewelry, that's up in Cottonwood Heights. And just mention SLC Puck, and they'll knock $100 off your purchase, just like that. So big thanks to Payne Anthony Creative Jewelers and Jonathan's Jewelry for their support of SLC Puck and Utah hockey fans like you. Let's get back to the show. So I mean, I just and I don't think Utah matches up well with them physically either, right?
Yeah.
So that kind of makes me a bit nervous. And then I mean, let's just look a little even more ahead here.
Is the Maple Leafs where
Philly? That's a playoff team in the Eastern Conference. I mean, this is tough. This was a game that Utah absolutely needed to get 2 points in, and it's a shame they didn't. What were you saying, Sam?
Is the Maple Leafs where Brandon Tanev's brother plays?
Chris Tanev, correct? Yeah,
Yeah.
Good one. You know your Tanevs. You know your Tanev trivia.
Sometimes, yeah.
There you go. All right. Hey, well, that's just our thing. We're nervous. We'll see how they do against Toronto. They've got to get better on the power play. That's the other thing. The power play was weak sauce tonight. 0 for 2. No threats to speak of.
Interesting in this game, too, that goes along with your physicality. There were not a lot of penalties throughout the whole game.
No, and that did not favor Utah at all.
No.
Yeah, the referees played it very loose. Mm-hmm. Utah, I think, only had 2 power plays the whole game. Didn't convert on either. Conversely, Columbus scored on their power plays. I think they had 2 power play goals in this one. Yeah. So, they won the special teams battle. Mm-hmm. They out-physicaled Utah. That's how they won. Yeah. And so Utah needs to flip the script to pick up a victory against Toronto. They're going to be outmatched physically. just do it anyway. Just go in the corners anyway. Just whatever, right? Go in with your head on fire. And find a way to score on those frickin' power plays, for crying out loud. Shoot one off Jack McBain's head if you have to. That's just that's what must be done. But yeah, I am a little bit nervous. This was a missed opportunity for Utah, and now they need to chase 7 points in their remaining 9 games, and 2 of those include games against Dallas. One is against Florida. One's against Carolina. This is a tough. This went from like feeling good after St. That's just how quickly this goes. Like feeling good after St. Louis. This team figured out to like, okay, now let's get back to work. You don't want to get behind the 8 ball here. So we'll see how Utah does. Sam, let's just finish on by talking about that thing we kind of briefly mentioned. We have a fun watch party plan, don't we?
Yes, it's going to be super fun.
It's going to be
excited.
It's going to be the bomb.
Different, but very,
it's
unique, and I think it'll be a good time. My favorite thing about it is that it is all ages welcome.
Yes.
That's kind of what inspired this to start. Is we've watched parties this year at bars, which at a bar, we have a lot of people that listen to our show that are kids or younger
or have children
or have
the emotional capacity of children,
maybe. Yes. And so we're kind of like, where could we go that everyone could come?
Absolutely. And so I'll just go through the details here. And our next watch party is going to be a VIP hockey watch party event at the bowling alley at the downtown Daybreak Megaplex. So we'll be there to watch the game on the 24th between Utah and Nashville. Big game, divisional matchup. But yeah, it's like this super cool like private kind of bowling area. There's a pool table there. We'll order food for you guys too. We'll get some pizzas going. It's a ticketed event. I think that's maybe something that's also a little bit different. But I think for like what we're gonna put on, I think it's definitely like worth the price of admission. Tickets are $30 if you subscribe on Patreon, SLC or patreon.com/SLC Puck. You get $5 off of your ticket, and the Patreon membership is only $3 a month. So
there you go.
Want to save some dough? That's the way to go. Yes, there we go. You hear that? That was pretty good. But no, it's going to be great. Yeah, we've been out to see the space. I think we went and shot a video the other night. We'll just play a little bit of that for you guys here, just so you get the full effect here. And yes, I did start with an extreme close-up just because I know that's something often requested of me. I just want to make sure we're working here. Okay, let's play this right now.
Guys, I have a huge announcement. SLC Puck watch parties are going on strike. The lane's not turned on. I know you've been eagerly awaiting the plans for this month's SLC Puck watch party, so I'm going to spare you the anticipation. We're taking our watch parties to a whole nother level. Saturday, January 24th, we're going to be here at the downtown Daybreak Megaplex watching the Utah Mammoth take on the Nashville Predators while blasting some pins. That's right. I've reserved this private VIP suite here at the bowling alley. It's going to be sick. We've got pizza, we've got pool, we've got bowling, and we'll have hockey right here on the big screen. This is going to be an all ages event too, totally open to you and your friends, your family, the kids, anybody who wants to get together to have a good time, throw some stones, and watch the Utah Mammoth take on the Nashville Predators. Here's the thing, guys. I would love to have all of you attend this party, but it's a limited space and it costs money to rent it as well. So that's why this one is going to be a ticketed event. Don't worry though, you're going to get plenty of bang for your buck. For the price of your ticket, you get bowling, you get the game on the big screen, you get pizza, you get pool, and we have a big item giveaway this time. It's a Utah Mammoth jersey. So if you haven't gotten a jersey yet, you got a great chance to get one here. And if you're a member on Patreon, you can get your ticket at a $5 discount and get an extra raffle ticket at the door. I'm looking forward to seeing you here on Saturday, January 24th. Spaces are very limited. To buy your ticket, head to slcpuck.com. You'll see the link there. I'll also post it here on Instagram, link in bio. I'll make it easy for you guys to find. We're gonna have a blast, and let's roll. Let's roll over Nashville on the 24th.
That's right. Let's roll over Nashville. Yeah, nice promo, Sam. You did a good job with your
Thank you.
cinematography there.
Thanks.
Yeah, no, it should be a blast. I'm excited to see everybody come out. We're going to have a ton of fun and hopefully celebrate a big win for the Utah Mammoth. So, Sam, thank you again for an excellent performance. I always enjoy Sam Cam Sundays with you. SLC Puck Sam on social media. Hit Sammy up if you're planning a Disney trip. She can help you get started. Follow me as well at SLC Puck. Go to slcpuck.com. You'll see info for the watch party there. Patreon.com/SLC Puck is a great way to get those at a discounted price.
Yep.
And support our sponsors, Payne Anthony, Craig Swap, me, BigTuskEnergy.com. Like, comment, subscribe. And we'll talk to you guys on Wednesday.